Hi, shalom everyone. I thought I'd do a special edition over talking about names in Judaism. It's always an interesting topic to know about. What's the significance with names in general each person has? Why name? Be careful about individual. Now we know that names are a book, you could say, over here. They tell a story. They tell a story of our spiritual potential as well as our life's mission. That explains a fascinating midrash that it actually tells us that when we complete our years on this earth and face heavenly judgment, we're going to come to realms. One of the most powerful questions we will be asked at the onset is, what is your name? That's going to be asked. And did you live up to it? Did you fill the quota, let's just say? Who was the first one ever to call something or someone by name? The Torah makes obviously clear that it was none other, makes clear it was none other than God. And God used names not for the sake of identification, but for creation, as we learn about very much in the Parashat Bereshit. When the Torah says God created it, it doesn't suggest that He worked with what He fashioned by labor, but merely that He spoke, and the very words describing the object came into being. Now God said, "Let there be light." There was light. The Almighty merely gave it a name, and the very letters defined its atomic structure. What's interesting also, names are not just convenient ways for us to differentiate between objects that are which are responsible for the differences between all things in this earth. Names came before existence of of those things which would subsequently be identified. Names are not the offspring, but rather the parents of everything in the universe. They are. Things really are what they are called. As I say, you are what you eat even, but not in these context. Things really are what they are called. Or to put it bluntly, they are what they are because of what they are named. In spite, I believe, Shakespeare's belief that he quotes, "A rose by any other name would smell just as sweet." Now, this is why, let's just say, there's examples in the Torah, for example. When Abraham came to the realization of monotheism, his name had to be changed. "Neither shall your name be called Abram, but your name will be Abraham. Now, for the father of multitude of nations have I made you." This, as we learn about in Sefer Bereshit in chapter 17. The change of identity, let's just say, required a change of identification over here. Now, it's a custom to name, so for example, children after those whom we deeply admire, or to seek to make a memoriam, to link a newborn with someone from the past, is to bring together two souls in an inseparable bond of life. Indeed, I believe in the book of Shmuel, in chapter Aleph, in chapter 25, verse 25, the Talmudic sages give over countless, let's just say, explain over it, as his name so is, that it's actually described. Now, the great rabbis in the Gemara, they will actually say, remarkably tell us, as his name so he is, offer countless examples of the connection between the names of biblical characters and their connections. Does that mean that we are predestined to live lives, let's say, circumcised, let's just say, by something beyond our control? Or are we doomed over here to play out roles handed to us as our parents while we are infants? Is our free will limited by our names, let's just say? Or of course not. Judaism emphasizes the principle of freedom of choice over here. Yet, our names are indicators of our potential and predictors of our possible future. It's not our names that force us to be what we are. It is what we are that transmits itself into a profoundly prophetic manner to those entrusted with the holy task of choosing our names. It is, let's just say over here, a message from God entrusted to the name givers in order to help us determine our mission in this earth. I heard this from a brilliant article on the Aish website. Wishing you all a fantastic day. Take care and be well, everyone.